A beautiful day here at Boucher Field as we are set to get underway here in a matchup between the Trailblazers of the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts and your Eagles of Husson University. Hello, everybody. We are live on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Sam Miller, doing alongside my colleague Max Sturm. Max, both these teams kind of inconsistent all year. Really, not the season they were hoping for due to plagues of injuries, inexperience, other factors like that. So, what can we expect from a production output standpoint in this game?
Well, first of all, Sam, definitely. First of all, Sam, we definitely have a good matchup here today. The Eagles coming in for their last home game, really last game of the season. They're looking to end on a high note with a conference win here. And MCLA is coming to Bangor at 1-11 on the season, 1-6 in conference. So they're also looking sort of just to cap off their season on a high note. It's senior day for the Eagles, but as far as what we should expect here today, I think the Eagles probably one of the easier games they'll play this year. Really just have some time to go out and run their plays and really practice what coach has been teaching them all year. It'll be a good step into the next season for them.
Absolutely. We're going to see a lot of output today from our seniors today. First and foremost being, of course, Matt Boynton, who has had a heck of a season for the Eagles this year. In his 2024 campaign, he has tallied 31 goals, 23 assists, and 71 shots on goal. He has been the motor to this Husson Eagles offense. One could say the beating drum to the heartbeat that is the Eagles this year.
Matt Boynton, not just this year, Sam, but in the past few years, at his time at Husson with the Eagles, has just been a standout player. He's playing his last collegiate game today. He's a senior. He'll be graduating. He's over his career 87 goals, 60 assists, and a 2023 NAC second team All Attack honor. Certainly, he wants to get out there and score some goals today. Maybe get his teammates some opportunities and cap off his time with the Eagles on a high note.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to send it over to our PA announcer, Ryan Barnes, for starting lineups in our national anthem. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Coaches or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Boucher Field. Welcome to Boucher Field for today's game featuring the Trailblazers of the NCAA and the Eagles of Husson University. Introduce the starters for the visiting Trailblazers. In goal, number 2, Neil Brearley. Number 4, Luke Ross. Number 5, Christian Naraki. Number 7, Walter Brown. Number 14, Sean New. Number 15, Charlie Odessa. Number 18, Logan Leisha. Number 20, Anthony Dolina.
And we're ready to get underway here at Boucher Field. Max, we talked about it earlier. Pregame. What can we expect from these two teams just to kind of end the season strong, and what do both teams have to do in order to just kind of, end the season on a high note?
Well, Sam, both teams here not really playing for a playoff spot. They've both been mathematically eliminated from contention in the NAC playoffs, but that doesn't mean they don't have anything to play for. They want to play for their team, some of the seniors that both teams have. It's the last game for both of them, so both teams definitely want to come out here and end their season on a high note, especially the Eagles playing at home in front of a decent crowd today.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, we're going to go through starters one more time. First, for the visiting Trailblazers, we have number 2, Neil Brealey, number 4, Luke Ross, number 5, Christian Nawrocki, number 7, Walter Brown, number 14, Sean Node, number 15, Charlie Adesa, number 18, Logan Leja, number 20, Anthony Andolina, number 22, James Julian, and number 24, Bolden Dock. And coming in for the Eagles, number 0, Brad Stoll, number 1, Andrew Hurst, number 5, Owen Giorgio, number 6, Julie Contreras, number 11, Odin Burke, holding it down in the goal. Number 12, Sean Lyon. Number 13, Trenton Montana. 14, Matt Boyden. 16, Colton Gillen. And number 21, Quinn Lucas, as we are set to get underway here on a beautiful day here at Boucher Field. And this one's going to be won by the Trailblazers. Moving the ball quickly as that one's mishandled. And that was going to be scooped up by Montana. Montana had having himself a great year on the defensive end of the field for the Eagles. And
Montana sure has had a good year, Sam. And how about the speed right there to get it up, as Giorgio is going to see his first offensive minutes already.
The bread and butter of the Eagles is speed, as that one's going to get launched towards out of bounds, scooped up by Gillen, and the Eagles will retain possession. And the ball gets into the stick of Matt Boynton, who we talked about in pregame as having himself, since his tenure at Husson, has had a tremendous career donning the green and the gold. So let's see what he can do here in his last game.
87 goals in his career with the Eagles. And I think the mic wasn't working earlier, but I just mentioned how he probably wants to get out there, definitely wants to score today, but probably also wants to get his teammates some opportunities. He does right there. Almost goes in for Sean Line.
Just as you said, he loves to set up his teammates as well. Boyden, the team leader in goals, assists, and shots on goal, so he can really do it all for this team. As this is Roadcap coming into the goal. Throws that one off the stick of Burke. That's going to go out. And going to stay right here with the Blazers.
I thought Burke almost beat him there to the ball. Good hustle effort play. We talked about Trenton Montana on the defense earlier with that play he had initially. And Trenton Montana, a freshman out of Danville, California, came in this season and really lived up to expectations that he had set by his teammates and his coach. 27 caused turnovers on the season, second to only Owen Giorgio, another freshman defender for this Eagles team. They definitely have some players that are going to really help them out in the future here as Montana picks the ball off. Wow, what a play.
Right on cue is Montana as he sprints down the field, getting chased by a defender. Looking for some options here, finds Gillen. Gillen moves that one in right off, tried to get that one in off the left side. Threw it a bit too far off. Going to stay here with the Eagles.
Gillen tried to put it over the right shoulder of the goalkeeper. Number 2, Neil Brealey. Just a little wide, like you said. I think you're going to see shots from Gillen a lot today. He'll have some opportunity to get some open shots. He's pretty wide open right now over on the right side of the net as we say that.
As Weber gets it off to Gillen. Gillen once again tries to get it. Good play there from Brealey to scoop that up. And good heads-up play there from the defense. And the Blazers will retain possession once again.
Good job by Brealey kind of tracking that down. Gillen wanted to go low and put a bounce pass on the ground, sort of change up his shot. Goalie saw it coming, was able to make the stop.
Gillen having his most productive season donning the green and gold. He is having a fantastic year. Very good two-way player has developed. As this is James Julian controlling the ball right here. Goes all the way down from the field and puts that one in to go. Boy, what a great play there from Julian. Took it coast to coast from the opposite side of the field and breaks the ice for the Trailblazers.
And that's James Julian's first career goal. And we talked about having just a good end to a season, especially one that hasn't gone so well for the Trailblazers this year. What a way to start, getting the lead early on, and a D-pole comes all the way down the field and puts the ball past Odin Burke. What a start for MCLA.
James Julian coming into this game, like you said, Max, no goals scored on the season. Only 32 ground balls, 14 control turnovers. Defense is his bread and butter, but boy, what a way to break the ice in this one, as that one's scooped up by Stolt, and the Eagles will try to answer back with this one. That's into the stick of the checked-in Alex Hinckley, as the Eagles will turn that one over.
Alex Hinckley seeing minutes here on LSM long stick midfield. Not something you see very often, but I think Coach O'Neill is testing out a few new tricks today, seeing where some of these players, if they're capable to play some of these other positions.
As the checked-in Ty Roadcap finds, that's number 20, Angelina, having himself a fantastic year. 13 goals on the season with shooting around 91 shots on the year, 41% around the goal.
Montana again with the caused turnover. That's 2 already. And the Eagles are going up quick. Here's Byers.
Byers looking to push the pace once again. Moves by a defender, finds Gillen. Gillen looking to scoop that one, and really with a block. Little scrum forward underneath. Gillen trying to fight his way out. Picked up by the Blazers, but no, and that was going to be shoved out of the way, but good play there from Lucan McGrath, who just checked in. Gets bodied by that one, picked up by Giorgio. Over to Boynton. Boynton fleeces that one in to go. Boy, what a sequence right there from both teams. Good defense from the Blazers trying to get that ball away, but the Eagles did not let up, and we are tied up here at Boucher Field.
And Brearley did a great job stopping that doorstep shot from Gillen. Unfortunately, a turnover in transition leads to Giorgio getting the ball to Boynton, and Boynton from the left side of that net has been lethal this season. Eagles tie it up here.
That's goal number 32 for Boynton on the season, just continuing to add on to his accolades. Wearing a Husson uniform, as we talked about, and we'll talk about a lot in this broadcast. Boynton is the key point of emphasis for the Eagles to get going on offense. As Stolt wins the faceoff, gets it over to Boynton. Boynton once again, right on cue. Boynton with his second goal in 2 straight possessions, and the Eagles have taken their lead.
And what a play right off the bat. Stolt gets this play or this faceoff win. The replay wasn't even to the faceoff yet, Sam. That's how quick this goal was. Just a straight beeline from Stoll up, finds Matt Boynton wide open again on that left side of the net. 2-1 Eagles.
Stoll with a 50% faceoff percentage this year. He has been dominant when it comes to getting that ball out of the crease. As we talk about it once again, here he comes once again. Loses the handle of that one. That one picked up by McGrath. And McGrath going to be taking it down the field. That one poked away by Line. That one scooped up by Giorgio. And he'll reset it. Fine line once again, and the Eagles will set up their offense.
Sean Line has been kind of underrated on that defensive clear for the Eagles this season. Has really made a lot of plays, getting some caused turnovers. Has 6 on the season, make that 7 after that play. And we saw in the last game here at home at Boucher Field versus MMA, Sam, he had a few really good plays where he was really aggressive with the goal. He really didn't allow MMA early on to clear the ball. Of course, MMA came away with a pretty significant win.
Yeah, his aggressiveness has been very, very prominent throughout his time here at Husson. As that one, Gillian, very aggressive early. That's his 4th shot on the goal. No dice on that one. Scooped up by Line, and the Eagles will reset on this one. Out to Giorgio. Reverse some options. Floats that one over to Vibber. Vibber having a fantastic season in the zone. Gillen over to Boynton. Circling on the backside of the goal. Finds a man. Over to Vibber. Back to Gillen. Controlled by Boynton once again.
See Drew Clinch, number 9, in there pretty early. Giorgio with a shot. Drew Clinch, number 9. He usually doesn't enter the game this early on, but he has had an impact this year. 5 goals, 8 assists on the season. Has been a consistent offensive playmaker for them when he does get in. Just hasn't seen the field as much as he probably should have.
Just over 10 to go here in the first period, as that one by Line is no good. That one scooped up by Boynton, and the Eagles will reset once again. And Max, it seems like the Eagles, what they really relish in doing is keeping the ball on their side of the field. Really love to put the pressure on, move the ball around, and just look for opportunities on the offensive side.
Controlled possessions are everything in the game of lacrosse, as that ball from Gillen goes out of the field of play. And it'll go the other way, but controlled possessions, running that time down, running your plays, it's been an emphasis point from Coach O'Neill all year. They've had some troubles with unforced errors down in the offensive zone. I think that's sort of what they're going to try and focus on today, is really running out the time or the shot clock today and getting the most out of their possessions.
As Julian will control the ball here for the Blazers. He scored early on in the game. Gets that one over to Luke Ross, having himself a fantastic year with 15 goals on the season. As he'll get by a defender, looking for some options here. Circles around the crease. Looking for Andalina, finds him there. Guarded by Montana. Out to New. Back to Andalina. Eagles really stepping up their defense. Montana giving them no room to operate.
Montana does a good job adjusting and recovering there. Could have easily been blown by Anthony Andalina, but was able to keep the stick in front of him and not allow him to get down into the zone.
As that one's scooped up by Burke. Burke seeing some action here early on in the game. Usually Cohen Trigger's the one starting in the goal, but Burke with a good heads-up play there. Here comes Giorgio. Giorgio pushing the pace right here. Here finds Line. Line over to Boynton. Boynton looking to set up some offense here. Gets that one back up to Giorgio. Finds Line. Line over to Boynton. Tried to bounce that one in off the top. No good on that one. Gillen will chase it down, and the Eagles will reset their offense.
Interesting that the Eagles are running a full set with Owen Giorgio, number 5, out there early on in this game. Usually he's on the man-up team when they have a power play, but so far they're getting him up there pretty early on.
Line trying to get the pass to Boynton. That one no good on that. That one's scooped up by Nate Brearley, and ball will go back to the Trailblazers. Brearley coming into this game with 109 saves on the year, just totaling 43.7% of saves. Having himself a fairly good year in the goal, despite what the record might show for Massachusetts.
And he's doing a good job early on in this game. Has already faced a plethora of shots from a bunch of different Eagles players. Has only just let in those 2 from Matthew Boynton early on. But Colton Gillen with 4 or 5 shots already in this game that have been on goal. Just great play from Brearley in the net.
It's got to be a point of emphasis for head coach of the Blazers, Kevin Pazanowski, really trying to adjust to this aggressive Eagles offense that loves to really play on the offensive side of the ball and hold things down there, as New looks to get by Giorgio. That's a tough matchup for anybody, as Giorgio forces him out. New with nowhere to go, looking for some options here. Giorgio just playing intense defense on that one, giving him no room until finally he gets it out to Ross, and the Blazers will try to reset their offense.
Good stick work there from Giorgio, keeping number 14, Sean New, pretty contained. He'll have an opportunity here, though.
As Ross with a sniper from way downtown. He got the screen from Lucan McGrath right on the right side. And as running in transition, he just throws that one in, and we are notched at 2.
Was able to get by the defender, I believe Andrew Hurst on this one. We'll take a look at the replay. A little late there, but I believe he just was able to outspeed Andrew Hurst down the lane. No one was there to slide and take on that attacker, and Ross able to get a goal and tie this one up.
That makes goal number 16 for Luke Ross on the year, as Stolt wins another face-off, and the Eagles will look to push. He finds Gillen right-hand side, and Gillen will look for some options here. Gets the ball into the man, Matt Boynton. We're going to see a lot of Boynton in this game, just controlling the pace of the game from right around behind the goal. Loves to hold the keys to the offense here. Looking for some options, makes a move into the goal, and tried to fleece that one in. No good. That one's going to roll out by Clinch and go back to the Blazers.
And Boynton has been known for sort of doing that all year, trying to force his way around the crease and right in front of the net. And a lot of the times it does work. This time doesn't pan out, kind of got tripped up. And now the Trailblazers will try and get down into the offensive zone.
As Brearley gets it back from Ross, and he's looking for some options here. Finds Julian. Over to Walter Brown. Brown looking to just slow things down, survey his options here. As he finds the checked-in Josh Hemstock. Hemstock coming in with only 1 goal on the year, but has 5 control turnovers and around 9 shots on the goal this year. Very solid player on the offensive side. As McGrath gets it out. Guided by the newly checked-in Dean Sinkler. Sinkler giving him no room to operate.
And Sinkler is going to get flagged here, I believe, for a slash. Some pretty aggressive defense there. Did a good job until he laid the lumber a little bit too much there. And it'll be a man-up opportunity. Never mind. MCLA able to capitalize.
As that was Luke Ross making plays happen, found the cutting Josh Hemstock. We just talked about that's his 2nd goal on the year. And Luke Ross, 2 goals for his team, and he is on 2 goals for both of his teams, and he is just he's been involved with both of them so far.
Good job by Hemstock cutting across and receiving that pass right in front of the net. And because it's a slash, it's still going to be a 1-minute penalty. So they will still have that man-up opportunity. Sam, MCLA takes a 3-2 lead early in this game. Not something I think we expected coming in.
Absolutely. And you got to give credit to, like we said, head coach Kevin Pezanowski, who has done a very good job of coaching this team, working them through the ups and downs of a pretty lackluster season. But nonetheless, we're seeing a lot of good adjustments here as Gillen boxes out a man, gets control of the ball once again, and we'll look to survey the turf for his team.
Smart play by Gillen there, picking it up and just getting out there, really opening up the field. Defense was pretty cluttered around him, not really many options for him to pass to, so he just ran out there, sort of spread the defense out.
As that's Adesa making Boyden work out there for the ball, and a bit too much contact that one as Boyden hits the turf. And it's going to be a foul on Adesa, and we'll stay here with the Eagles.
Boynton really trying to work around Adesa there. I think he really wants that shot in front of the crease. So far, hasn't been able to get there. Great defense from MCLA so far.
As that's Clinch, gets it over to Gillen, and Gillen with a beautiful bounce shot right in the middle of the field. A terrific pass from Clinch to set up the cutting Gillen, and Gillen notches it at 3.
Gillen finally able to capitalize on one of those shot opportunities, get it past Burley. He's had a few shots in this game, just sort of does a run around the crease in front, only had one defender between him and the goal. He's a left-hander, able to get his hands free and bounce it into the net.
That is goal number 28 for Gillen on the year. He's third on the team, just behind Vibber and Boyden. And looks like we're going to have a timeout for the Blazers. We're going to take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And we're back at Boucher Field, notch 3-3. Max, we are seeing, like you said, quite a bit of a surprising ball game here, as I don't think we expected the Blazers to be out and hitting the ground running as early as they have been.
Blazers definitely the underdogs in this game, but like we've talked about, sometimes that motivation of wanting to finish your season on a high note is enough to encourage the team to play hard, and so far they have had some offensive opportunities that resulted in goals and some good defense. Oh my goodness, what a check there against Aiden Byers by number 7, Walter Brown.
Brown with a beautiful play right there to get the ball away from Byers. Byers looked like he had a clear path to the goal, but Brown with a great heads-up play on that one. As this one's controlled by Hemstock, already scored 1 goal in this game. That one is Ty Rocap. Over to New, right-hand side. Getting it into Luke Ross, who has his paw prints on this game. And that one from New, a little bit too far to the left. Going to stay here with the Blazers, but a very rocketing shot on that one.
Sam, MCLA has had some really good possession so far, able to maintain possession, not turn it over, something that has been an issue for them this year, and able to get some good shot opportunities. Just right now, tied game. See what they're able to do here.
as that's Bowden Dock being hounded by Montana on that one, but a good heads-up play from Odin Burke to get that one out, and here come the Eagles in transition. This one over to Hurst. Hurst over to Gillen. Gillen looking for Boyden, has him over behind the goal, and Boyden looking to wait for his team to set up, and they'll control the offense from here as Weber and Klitsch check back into the game. As Hurst finds Weber over to Gillen. Gillen looking to set things up and bounce that one right off the top of the goal. Looked to fleece that one up right onto the top, and it's going to stay here with the Eagles.
Colton Gillen with that left hand has a pretty fast shot, Sam. Has had a lot of shot opportunities today. Was finally able to net one before that one goes just a little too high.
As that one, once again, a bit too high for the Eagles. That's line once again. We are seeing very aggressive shots from the Eagles, both from line and Gillen alike. Really applying the pressure on the offensive side. That's got to be a very big point of emphasis for head coach Michael Neal, just wanting to get out and score as much as possible.
They definitely want to try and get a lead here, but their shot opportunities are not converting, and they've had a few turnovers. Might have one right here. They do. Think that the Eagles need to kind of settle it down and run their plays. They think they came into this expecting to already be up by a few goals. I think they just got to settle down and realize that this game might be closer than they initially expected.
As that one's turned over by the Blazers, as Hurst finds Burke. Burke will set things up. Looking for Giorgio, and Giorgio with a nice move to avoid a defender there. Finds Boyden. Boyden will look to slightly push the pace here, serving the defense. Finds line. Mishandled with the ball. Couldn't hold on to that one. Scoops that one up on the left-hand side, and the Eagles will reset this one. As Boyden finds Giorgio. Giorgio, known for his defense, but as you said earlier, Max, really utilizing him on the offensive side early on as line. Circles around the back of the goal, finds Boyden. Boyden with a rocketing shot, and that one's good to go. Matt Boyden with a...
think that one hit the outside of the net. I thought it went in too, Sam. Just a little bit wide. Didn't exactly have a good angle on that shot.
Yeah, part of my excitedness. I really thought Boyden just fleets that one in, but nonetheless, it's going to be controlled by the Blazers. As this is James Julian, who took one coast to coast earlier on in the game. Just break the ice here for the Blazers. As he finds Adesa. That one mishandled by Brown. That'll be scooped up. Little Vibber right in his grill. He's looking for some offense here. Trying to find Ross, but nothing on that one. Eagles loving to play those very tight matchups as McGrath being charged by Giorgio gets that one over to Andolino, who's guarded by Montana. Montana, who's had a very good defensive game for the Eagles. And once again, right there, Trenton Montana having himself a very good early game.
Another caused turnover there from Montana. His third of the game has definitely had his impact so far.
As that one from Gillen tried to find Sinkler, and Sinkler tried to fleece that one in. No dice on that one. Eagles will retain possession, but boy, Trenton Montana, what can you say about his performance so far?
He has just had, like we said, really a good game, but really a good year. We already mentioned he had 27 caused turnovers on the year. Make that 30 after today. So far, a really good job from him.
As Brealey checks that shot from Gillen. Gillen, that's his sixth shot on goal in the game. As Lyon will take things out, finds Vibber. Vibber looking to score, trying to shoot right there. Decided to pull it back, found Giorgio. As Gillen gets it back once again, finds Sinkler. Backhand side of the goal. Sinkler looking for some offense here. Finds Lyon. Lyon makes the defender miss, moves it in, and that one's good. Sean Lyon with a beautiful move on that play. Gets by a defender, fleeces that one in, and the Eagles regain their lead.
And this one starts with them taking their time on the offense, passing the ball around, able to get it to Sinkler behind the net. Finds Lyon, and at that point, it's a one-on-one opportunity. Fakes the shot, able to not swim move, but kind of put the stick under the defender, fake him out, get by, and then add one-on-one with the goalie.
That's goal number 17 for Sean Lyon coming into this contest. He's been a very good two-way player for the Eagles. Can score, can play defense, has 6 controlled turnovers, 25 ground balls. As Stoll wins yet another face-off. Lyon with the ball once again.
Thought Lyon was going to shoot that one again. Might be Giorgio now.
Giorgio with a great move, finds Lyon. Lyon over to Boyden. Boyden over to Gillen. Eagles really loving to move the ball around. Here's Vibber. Vibber trying to fleece that one in. Good play there from Brearley to get his stick up just in time. Eagles will regain possession, but Neil Brearley having himself a pretty solid game here so far for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and especially with the speed that the Eagles are moving the ball around at, especially on that play. It's kind of hard to track that down as a goaltender. Good job there. Not only tracking it down, but seeing the shot and having a stick in the right place.
As Brearley blocked that shot from Boyden, that would be scooped up by Gillen. Eagles will try once again to score. Really loving their time possession here on the offensive side. Just under 30 to play here. As Gillen tried to fleece that one in once again. No good on that one. And it's going to go back to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, had no one behind backing up the shot. It's kind of tough when you don't have that angle. Gillen was pretty far back from the goal. Wasn't exactly an easy shot, and it's going to go the Trailblazers' way.
As Adesa gets it back to Brearley once again. As game clock down to 10 for the end of the first period, looking to move the ball here. Here's Julian. Julian looking to find some offense.
Wow,
here.
what a play by Byers.
Byers scooping that one away. But unfortunately, time runs out on that one. So, in one quarter of action, we've had a really good back-and-forth game. Eagles up by 1, 4-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the second period on Husson Eagles Sports Network. And we're back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Eagles holding an early 4-3 lead to the Trailblazers. Max, we saw a lot of good things for both those teams in the first period, but it looks like the Eagles have just really taken advantage of holding the ball on their side of the field and have just really been aggressive on offense.
The time of possession is definitely in the Eagles' favor so far. They've also had a lot of shot opportunities. Brearley doing a really good job standing tall in that goal and making those saves. And even on the defense, both teams playing pretty well, evenly matched so far. 1-goal lead for the Eagles, though.
Yeah, big point of emphasis was the defense, and that being Trenton Montana in that first period already had 3 controlled turnovers, as that one's going to get pushed out of bounds by the Eagles. Going to stay here with the Blazers. And the Trailblazers, Luke Ross, who has had his paw prints on 2 of the Trailblazers' goals early on. We'll see what we can do here. He finds Ty Rocap checking in, guarded by Giorgio. Giorgio, a tough matchup for any offensive player, really loves to hold down the aggressiveness outside and away from the crease.
Giorgio's had one heck of a season with 41 caused turnovers on the year as a freshman.
As Luke is going to get flagged for a slash right there. Came down a little bit too hard. Oh, excuse me, that's going to be on... Oh, that was on Lucas. My apologies on that. Looks like Julian Contreras will check in for the Eagles.
It'll be another man-up opportunity here for the Trailblazers. Already had one earlier that they were able to capitalize on. And now they'll get another opportunity. We'll see what the Eagles do to try and better defend. This time they got Contreras in.
This will be man-up opportunity number 58 for the Trailblazers. They've only converted on 19% of those, only scoring 3 goals on their opponents this year. So maybe not the numbers you're looking for, but you never know. We'll see what they can do here as this one scooped up by Brown. Finds Ross. Back over to Brown. Really moving the ball around are the Trailblazers. Mishandled there by New. Scoops that one back up. Looks for somebody. Finds Brown. Finds the cunning McGrath. McGrath over to Brown. Brown tried to get that one in. Good heads-up play there from Burke, and here come the Eagles.
A rolling shot. Oh, no, another turnover. Here you go. Trailblazers with another opportunity.
As that one, McGrath tries to fleece that one in. A bit too high over the goal on that one. We'll stay here with the Blazers. But, yeah, like you said, good play there from Odin Burke to get that ball out, but a quick turnover once again for the Eagles.
Kind of been their kryptonite so far this year throughout the season. They've had a lot of turnovers in transition trying to get down to the offensive zone. And those issues showing here early today.
As Ross gets the ball from Brown. That last shot was by Bowden Dock, seeing some action here in the second period. As Ross being hounded by Montana. Montana's getting that one away. Here's Andolina. Montana scooping it up once again. Finds Ross. As McGrath will reset here. New. At the top of their field right here. New making a move past some defenders. Tries to float that one in. No good there. Good defense there from the Eagles. Seems like there was 2 defenders on him the entire way. And it's going to stay here with the Blazers.
Clinch and Hinckley both working there. Clinch might have got beat a little bit. Hinckley able to slide up and crash the offense. Somehow, that MCLA attacker able to hold on to the ball. Not able to get a shot off, though.
That's going to be turned over from the Blazers. Eagles once again some opportunities to put some points on the board. And the big name of the game here for the Eagles has been their shots. They're in favor 22-7 in terms of shots for this game. So the Eagles, as we said, really pushing the pace early on as Georgia gets that one slid away, picked up by Byers. Byers looking to make a move to the goal as a man, and that one's good. Aiden Byers, just a terrific play there to scoop it up and get all the way to the goal. And the Eagles are up by 2.
And Sam, how many times have we seen Aiden Byers on the end of a transition pass with just a wide open lane to the goal? You'll see it here. Giorgio somehow able to behind the back pass that. Byers steps up and just puts a shot on the ground, able to get it by Brierly. And it's 5-3 Husson. So just over 12 minutes left in the second quarter.
That is goal number 6 for Aiden Byers. Big assist there from, as you said, Giorgio. Giorgio looked like he was getting counted by the defense, just floated that one up. Byers with a good head-up play. Eagles go up by deuce, and the Eagles will regain possession once again.
Face-off violation there by Ty Roadcap. The Eagles will get another possession, which if you're MCLA, that is not what you want. They have had the ball on their zone a lot in this game.
As
ripping shots.
As the Eagles continue to move the ball around, Giorgio with a sniper from way downtown, but no good on that one. We'll stay here with the Blazers, with the Eagles, but as we said, the Eagles really shooting the ball a lot in this game. As Giorgio looked like he wanted to shoot it there, pulls it back last second, looking for a man. He finds Gillen. Gillen with a cutting, Boynton around the goal. Tried to float that one in. Good play from Brearley. This one's going to be scooped up by Julian, and the Blazers will try to come back.
Another great defensive stand there from the Trailblazers. Have really done well with that all day despite the Eagles being up by 2. Now they just want to go down and make something of it on offense. They've had some possession, but not nearly what the Eagles have had.
As that was Ryan Gaynor checking into the game, seeing some action here. He lost the handle, picked up by Andolina, though. He's guarded by Montana. Montana really giving his man no room to work on this one. Really hounding the defense up there as New controls the ball now for the Blazers. He'll be guarded by Giorgio. Giorgio Montana really formed the dynamic duo on the defensive side for the Eagles. A big chunk of the reason why the Eagles have been so successful defensively. Yes, here's Andolina. That one intercepted by Montana once again.
Goodness. Montana having himself a day, Sam. Another cause turnover. Make that number 5 on the day. That time just puts his stick up and able to intercept it. And the Eagles going to have a chance here, but it's turned over.
That's Gaynor once again, trying to just break up the fast break opportunity. As he finds Naraki. Seeing some action here, finds McGrath. He's checked by Giorgio. As that one's over to Ross. Ross being covered by Hinckley. Back to New. Blazers kind of slowing things down a little bit, surveying their offense here. As McGrath gets that one to Andolina. He's guarded by Montana once again. Montana really, like we said, having himself a fantastic game, giving his opponents no room to work. As that one's scooped over to New. New with a move right to the middle. And that one just over the goal. Good play there from New to try to get himself some separation. Going to stay here with the Blazers.
New with a fake on the shot there, was able to get Andrew Hurst to fall over and had an opportunity there. Just puts it a little high.
As New gets the ball back once again, looks to make a move. He finds McGrath. McGrath covered by Giorgio. Giorgio being extremely aggressive on that one. Giorgio really swiping the ball away. That one scooped up by Montana. And this defensive backcourt, front court for the Eagles is really holding strong. As that's Contreras getting it over to Gillen. Eagles with a fast break opportunity here. Gillen will pull that one out. Finds Boyden. Boyden will wait for his team to get set up. In comes Vibber. Here comes Line. Line surveying the defense. He finds Boyden. Boyden looking for a man.
Dan Weed makes his way out onto the field as well.
As Boyden checked by Naraki right from behind. Naraki looking to find a man. He finds Gaynor.
Heads up play from Vibber. Picking up that ground ball and saving a possession for the Eagles.
As Line gets that one from Vibber. Looking to keep things going right here. Here's Boyden. Looking for some offense. Circling around. He will keep moving the ball as much as possible. Here comes Clinch. Clinch wide open space in the middle of the field. Here's Boyden. Boyden, good play there from Adesa to check that ball. It will stay here with the Eagles. But as you said earlier, Max, despite the scoreboard, the Trailblazers defense is really holding strong.
They're holding strong. They're playing a zone defense right now. And it seems to be something the Eagles were not expecting. But they're going to have some shot opportunities here.
As Line gets it over to Vibber, and Vibber rockets that one in to go. Vibber with a big-time shot right there. Beautiful eyes from Line. A line drive shot from Vibber, and the Eagles go up by 3.
And Sean Line there able to prevent another turnover. Just passes it up top to Vibber, who had a pretty clear shot from the top of the net, or the top of the field. Was able to put it in the right-hand corner above the goalie. And the Eagles now with a 3-point lead.
Just over 8 minutes to go here. Vibber with a fantastic play there. That puts him at goal number 28 on the year. Vibber having himself a fantastic comeback year in the green and the gold. He is second in the team in goals, just behind Boyden. And Vibber having himself, as we said, a very, very solid campaign. And the Eagles are starting to roll.
Definitely Vibber's best statistical year. Has had, like you said, now 28 goals, 5 assists. Has also done his part in getting the ball back with 10 caused turnovers as well as 23 ground balls. He's often on that wing for the faceoffs in this game or throughout the season and has been a key part in helping Brad Stolt to get some of those faceoff wins.
And some of the names of the game for the Eagles here have been those turnovers. Eagles have 9 so far in the game. The Trailblazers have 9. Eagles really stepping it up on the defensive side and taking advantage of those faceoffs as well. Eagles 6 for 9 when it comes to winning these faceoffs. The Trailblazers only 3 for 9 here. The Eagles, as we said, they really upped the aggressiveness in this second period. And with those 3 goals, it's starting to show.
And we'll see how they decide to go about this from here on out. Again, only up 3 goals. Probably want to try and get a little bit more cushion on their lead. But we've already seen some new faces enter on offense. We saw Dan Weed there on the last one. Drew Clinch is seeing some minutes. Jack Kasavinsky has seen a few minutes on defense.
That's the name of the game here for Mike O'Neill. He loves to work his players in, get them adjusted into the game, and see how these game plans work. As the Eagles, Stolt with another face-off win. Here come the Eagles in transition. Here's Stolt, still trying to rocket that one in. Good play from Brearley. Scoop that one up. Fight for it down on the left side of the field. That one, Boyden really trying to make his defender work for it. Stolt comes away with it.
And they're letting Stolt stay out there. As just a little violation there, probably on the ground ball. Stolt does not see a lot of offensive minutes. Wonder if he'll make his way off now. He will. Had a good shot opportunity there. Almost had his first goal of his career.
As Gillen and Giorgio playing the two-man game, Gillen with another shot from the right-hand side. Going to stay here with the Eagles, but the shots have been the name of the game here for the Eagles. I believe that makes 26 now on the game.
When they get those open shots, they're going to take them. We talked about Brearley really having a solid day in goal.
As Boyne finds line. Line with scoops that one in, gets it to go. Boyne once again with the beautiful vision. Line with a fantastic cut, and the Eagles are just pouring it on now in this second period.
What a play. They just pass it around the perimeter there, sort of spread that defense out. Giorgio gets it over to Boynton or to Gillen, and then to Boynton. And Line cuts across right in front of the goal as the defense did not see him making that move to the inside. And now a 4-point lead for the Eagles about halfway through the second quarter.
That's a pair of goals now for Line on the game. And that's another assist there for Boynton on the play. As the Trailblazers come away with that face-off, here comes Hemstock, running the field for his team.
Good stick from Giorgio there to knock it out of bounds. It will stay with the Blazers, though, but they'll have some time to get their preferred defenders on.
Hurst, Clinch, and Rocap checking for their respective ball clubs as the Blazers will regain possession here. This is Walter Brown. Over to Rocap, seeing himself some action here this second period. He's had a quiet game so far. Tries to get that one over to a teammate. That's going to be turned over, and the Eagles will regain possession once again.
And the Eagles played a little bit more aggressive on defense right there. Sort of brought their defenders out more, not really giving them the space that they were earlier. It pays off on that possession.
Boyne trying to find a cutting. Weber, that one knocked away by number 6, Hemstock. Picked up by Montana, and the Eagles will reset once again. Here's Giorgio. Finds Gillen, back to Giorgio. They're loving that two-man game. As Clinch finds Boyden, backside. Over to Sinkler. Sinkler for an option, finds Boyden. Gets them back to Giorgio. Top of the crease there, back to Boyden.
Here they are again, trying to get that defense to move around. Some of these defenders, they're hoping that they're going to turn their backs and allow a cut like last time. Dean Sinkler pretty wide open on the other side. Doesn't really have any eyes on him. Wonder if they'll get it to him.
As Boyden finds Giorgio. And Giorgio tried to rocket that one and picked up by Weber. Weber goes to the goal and scores once again.
Goodness. Wow.
Nathan Weber, right place, right time. That one scooped up by Giorgio. Giorgio tried to get that one in. Weber just with a good opportunistic play on that one. And the Eagles now just pouring it on the offensive side.
And you said it perfectly. Giorgio with the shot. Kind of got bounced in the middle. Weber right there to pick it up. Almost did not stop at all. Had the momentum. Defenders didn't even see him sneaking through there. And just lays it in behind the goalie with that one-on-one. And now a 5-point game in favor of the Eagles.
Just over 6 to go here. Weber now with 2 goals of his own. The Eagles now just really starting to just pull away with this game. I think this is what we were talking about pregame, how I think that it seemed like the Trailblazers really just jolted them, just kind of shocked them at first, but the Eagles now settled into their offense and have really gotten things to work for them now. As this one batted away by Brown. This one scooped up by Giorgio. He's going to get double teamed here. Giorgio with a nice little spin move. Sets up the transition play for the Eagles. Here he comes middle of the field. 4 on him.
Be a man-up opportunity here. Let's see what happens.
As Gaynor knocks that one away from Weber. And as you said, looks like we're going to get a man-up opportunity here for the Eagles. Not what you wanted for the Trailblazers. Already down 4 goals early on in the game.
Yeah, down 5 goals. It is extremely tough to, have those penalties appear. It's essentially another goal that could be scored for the Eagles. And still plenty of time left in this game, Sam, but when your roster is as small as MCLA's is, only came into this game with 14 players active and missing a few, they're going to get tired.
This is Hinckley controlling it over to Weber. Giorgio. Weber once again, leaving him some room. Good play there from Ross. That one poked away by DeBesa, scooped up by DeBesa once again. Good heads-up play, and the Trailblazers will try again.
Steps right in front of that ball. Number 15, Charlie Adessa was able to step in front and disrupt that play. And momentarily, anyway, they were able to kill off the penalty, but the Eagles will regain possession here.
As guess who, Trent Montana had his hand on that play. As we said, he's having himself a game right there. As Clinch takes that one away. That one's poked away by Andalina. And it's going to be turned over, and the Trailblazers will get it back.
Good stick check there from Andalina. Was able to just barely clip the stick of Drew Clinch. And this penalty kill team did a great job. Back to even strength.
They got to feel good making a nice defensive stance right there when you had a man down. When you're down five in the first half, the last thing you want to do is just let those opportunities come back to bite you. But a good job holding strong right there. As this is Andalina being guarded by Montana. Montana giving him no room to work, as that one's no good there from Andalina. But Trenton Montana, once again, is having himself a fantastic game on the defensive side. And here comes Byers. Byers, open field, finds Boyden to Gillen. Gillen tried to cut inside. That one's knocked away by Gaynor. And it's going back to the Blazers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a crease violation. I believe Colton Gillen might have stepped in right there. But it was a turnover regardless. Matthew Boynton tried to find Gillen cutting in. And a good defensive play from MCLA.
As McGrath gets that one from Gaynor. Gaynor having a pretty solid game on the defensive side, knocking it away from a few Eagles offensive players. As this one's controlled by Ross with Giorgio right in his grill. Eagles giving their leading scorers not a lot of room to work with here. As Ross is to circle around, Giorgio right on his hip. Looks to make a move. He finds that's new right there. Finds McGrath, top of the field. And that's Hemstock right there. Guarded by Byers. Byers with a big check. Over to McGrath, can't handle the ball.
Byers chasing down the ball now. His assignment might just be to take on whoever's got the ball, able to switch off a few MCLA attackers there.
When it comes to the ball, Byers is like a bloodhound, just really sniffing out his defenders and going for a check, and we saw that right there. As Hemstock gets it back, over to McGrath. Trailblazers looking to reset right here. Byers once again controlling the man up front. As McGrath looks to outspeed his defender right there. No dice on that one. Finds Ross. Ross, once again with Georgia right on him.
And the shot clock will run out. Another good defensive possession from the Eagles there. And they'll take it back down.
As Burke gets that one up to Montana. Montana doing it all, and here come the Eagles on a fast break transition. Here goes Montana. Finds Gillen. Gillen with a great heads-up play from Brealey. Looked to score that one, but bounces right off the stick of Gillen. Going to roll out of bounds and go back to the Trailblazers.
Wow, what a good job by the Blazers getting there and sort of forcing Gillen to try and make a move on it. Gillen tried to grab that ball and ends up going out of bounds, and instead of it staying with the Eagles off the shot, it'll stay or it'll be turned over to the Blazers.
As we are just under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. This one controlled by Logan Leah. As Ross will handle it now. Montana coming right back to get in his grill. And let's see how the Trailblazers will answer back. As Ross gets by a man, goes right to the middle of the paint, into the middle of the crease. Good play there from Burke to bounce it away. And it's going to stay right here with the Blazers.
And this time the Blazers wanted to run a little pick play with Andalina and Luke Ross. Ross had the ball, wanted to get rid of Montana, try to use that pick. Unable to put the shot on the goal. Odin Burke with a really good save, as you said.
Burke, with his first start in 3 games for the Eagles, has taken a backseat to Cohen Trinku, who's had himself a really solid year for the Eagles in goal. But Burke today with a very, very good stat line of keeping the ball out of the crease and just saving a lot of goals for his team. As this one's controlled by McGrath. That one's into the stick of Bowden Dock, and that one's good to go. Boy, couldn't really keep up with that one right there, as it looked like McGard just kind of placed it right into the stick of Dock, and then Dock with a nice little shot there.
Similar to Vibber's goal, right place, right time there for Dock. Just able to pick it up and didn't even step into the shot, just laid it over. I don't even think Odin Burke saw that one coming. And MCLA able to start making their way back into this game, 4-point game.
That's goal number 8 for the junior from Norway, Maine, Bowden Dock, who also plays goalkeeper for his team, as this faceoff is Won once again by Stolt, it looks like. Good control there as he's knocked down by Naraki, but that's going to be a penalty right there. It looks like we're going to have another man-up opportunity for the Eagles.
And once again, like you said, man-up opportunity. This time Stolt able to get the face-off win and was pushed pretty aggressively, got tripped up, and fell pretty hard, able to draw the foul. And interesting, they got Drew Clinch out there on the man-up team now. Usually you see that spot filled by one of the other guys. Dean Sinkler usually.
Just another example of head coach Michael Neal getting into his bag of tricks. Never really know what the coach will do. Just loves to adjust, loves to throw players into certain positions. As that one scooped up by Line after the mishandle by Hurst on that play. As over to Giorgio, over to Vibert. Finds Gillen, over to Vibert once again. Giorgio at the top. Here's Line. Over to, that one's Hurst on the back of that, or excuse me, that was Drew Clinch on the back of that goal. Good play, good vision from Line once again. And the Eagles really just coming alive here in the second period, as now 4 different players, I believe, have scored in this second period.
Line, like you said, able to find that good look to Drew Clinch, who was wrapping around the crease. But that play all started with Sean Line, Sam. He was able to track that ball down. That was almost a turnover for the Eagles. Able to save the possession and then set it back up. Results in a goal, and just like that, it's once again a 5-point game in favor of the Eagles.
With that play right there, that is Line's 13th assist on the year, 2 for the game in this one, as he's having himself a very good year when it comes to passing the ball. Really got the eyes of an Eagle, no pun intended on that one. As the Eagles looking to score once again, Boynton has had a quiet game so far. Getting checked by a defender right there.
A no-look pass there.
And Giorgio looked to rifle that one in. Boy, that would have been a flashy play. Maybe a Sports Center top 10 on that one. Had that one connected, but no dice on there, and the Eagles will reset.
Man, if the game of lacrosse wasn't so quick, I would have loved to replay that. Boynton sort of just looked over at Sean Line, and a sideways pass sent it up to the top of the restrainer box for Owen Giorgio.
As Gillen looked to rifle that one in, but really, once again, good heads-up play to stop that goal, and the Blazers will take advantage.
Really, once again, making a pretty impressive save here, and a good outlet that pass that time. And MCLA, see if they can settle down and get an opportunity for a goal here.
Clock running down to end the first period, the first half. 10 seconds left as the Blazers got to get going here. Finds New. New looking to go quickly here. We're down to 3. We're down to 2. New has to put something up just before the clock ends. And that's going to do it for the second half of action. For the first half of action, the Eagles coming alive in the second period, putting 5 goals on the board. And Max, we talked about it, how the Eagles just kind of looked like they got jolted a little bit by the aggressiveness of the Trailblazers early on, but they seem to really come into their own.
I think they weren't expecting for the Trailblazers to come out firing shots and getting some possessions. They had won that initial face-off, which don't think they expected to go on defense early on in this game. And in this second quarter, able to take advantage of their offensive possessions and gain a 5-goal lead and also play pretty well on defense.
As we will take it away here. Eagles up 9-4 going into the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back in action here at Boucher Field, where the Eagles hold a 5-goal lead over the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts Trailblazers, 9-4. Max, we saw a lot of good things from both teams in that first half of action. What did the Eagles do to kind of just pull away and start putting some points on the board?
Well, they kind of just finally started settling down on offense. Yes, they did fire off a handful of shots in that second quarter, but in the first quarter, they had an issue with just shooting the ball as soon as they had any type of shot. This time in the second quarter, able to settle it down, run their plays, find the right pass and the right shot, and that's why they were able to pull ahead.
And going over to the Trailblazers, who started out really well, kind of shocked the Eagles with their aggressiveness early on both offense and defense. What can they kind of do here to kind of scratch and claw their way back into this game?
Exactly what the Eagles were doing. Settle down, but also have quick passing. They need to put some shots on the board or some goals on the board in order to sort of claw their way back into this game. And honestly, they need to win faceoffs. They take another loss there on the faceoff, and the Eagles get another opportunity. But as I was just about to say, their defense has been stagnant so far in this game.
Yeah, that was Stoll once again. He has been TNT dynamite when it comes to those faceoffs today. As the Trailblazers will regain possession right here. This one New having himself a quiet game. Gets by a defender. Looks to make a move to the middle of the field. Finds Ross. Ross floats that one in to go. What a great transition there from the Trailblazers. It was that one by New. He lost a defender on that play. Looked at Giorgio, tripped over his own feet, and then got that one over to Ross. And all of a sudden, Max, a very good start here for the Trailblazers.
Almost on cue for what we were saying. Just quick passing and setting up a shot. Both of them kind of trailing towards the goal. Ross breaks out. Was able to get away from Montana and puts the ball behind the goaltender, Odin Burke. And that's their first goal on their way to getting back into this.
Yeah, we saw that very similar to what we saw earlier in the first period, that the Trailblazers kind of broke the ice and got things started early. We saw that once again, and let's see if the Eagles can respond. And checking in for the Eagles is number 22, Elijah Williams, checking in on the defensive side of the play over here, as is Daniel Weed seeing some early minutes here in the second period.
Dan Weed has seen some minutes so far this year, but number 22, Elijah Williams on defense has really not seen any time at all this year. Only his third game played, and those other two games was towards the end once the game was sort of over by a score standpoint. See what he's able to do here.
As the Eagles can't convert on the offensive side, here comes Andalina. Andalina pushing the pace once again. Tried to bounce that one in, but no good on that one. They stay here with the Trailblazers, but man, it really looks like the Trailblazers have come out of the second half, and they are flying up the field.
Probably got a little bit of time to recharge. Probably a little bit tired after that first half. Again, only 14 players on the squad, and it takes 11 players to make up a field or a team on the field. So definitely a little bit tired, have some energy now.
And this is Ross trying to get by Byers, looking for a teammate. Wow, what a grab right there from Roadcap. Seeing some action here as Andalina circles around. Looks for a man hounded by Montana. Here comes another defender. That's Giorgio. And that one's scooped up once again. Wow, the double team from Montana and Giorgio is really effective.
It's only fitting those two have been a lethal tandem all year.
As Vibber tries to get that one to go. Really with a good heads-up play. That one's scooped up by Sinkler. Knocked away by Naraki. As Naraki looks to finesse the ball. Finds James over to McGrath. And the Blazers once again. That one mishandled.
Whoa!
Stick is loose on that one. The ball was still underneath as well.
And it's staying with the Eagles. Wow, what a play there by number 5, Owen Giorgio. We call that a yard sale in lacrosse, Sam.
Giorgio with a huge play. The ball never left McGrath's stick on that one, but Owen Giorgio having himself a game. As Byers mishandled that one, looked to get a little shot. Here comes McGrath. McGrath pushing the pace. Giorgio right on his hip.
Another yard sale. Giorgio with another crazy cost turnover.
Back-to-back for Giorgio. Lion scoops that one up. Looking for some offense here. Finds Boyne wide open on the back. Surveying the offense here. Sinkler to his left. Here's Byers, and comes Daniel Weed. Once again. Eagles kind of slowing things down. Here's Line. Surveying his options. Finds Boyden. Boyden to Sinkler. Sinkler makes a move. Knocked away by James. That one's scooped up by Brearley, and the Trailblazers will regain possession.
Trailblazers haven't been able to get the ball down into their offensive zone. 3 straight transition turnovers for them. Kind of got to attribute that to the Eagles' defense here, as you see Montana quickly pick up Andalina.
And Montana once again right there as Ross wants to run the field. Here's Doc. Doc trying to box out a man, loses that one. And once again, Trenton Montana with a big defensive play, scoops it up into the stick of Burke. And the Eagles will look to score here once again as Vibber controls the offense, finds Line. Line working his way down the field, finds Byers. Byers scoops that one in and gets it to go. A great transition play there from the Eagles. Overall, great team effort. You saw the pass from Line. Line with his 3rd assist, and Byers with a terrific play there. And the Eagles will go up by 5.
And you'll see it right here. Very quick transition after the Trenton Montana caused turnover. Gets it to Line. Byers just streaks up the field. We've talked about the speed of Aiden Byers in previous games. That time able to beat the defense to the goal. And a quick pass and a quick shot results in a goal for Byers, his 2nd of the day.
That is the 4th of the Eagles players who has a pair of goals on the day here. As the Eagles win another faceoff, Brad still has been dominant in the center of the field today when it comes to those faceoffs. As Boyden looks for a man, he finds Hurst, top of the field, gets it over to Line. Line, the man with the vision, 3 assists on the game, finds Vibber. Vibber looking to make a move. Good play there from Gaynor to knock it away. Little scrum for it over there. And that one's going to be turned over by the Eagles and regained by the Trailblazers.
Good defensive stop there. Much needed one for the Trailblazers. Again, haven't really been able to possess in this 3rd quarter. They definitely got to slow it down here and set something up.
As that was controlled by Andalina on the right-hand side. Montana right in his grill, giving him no room to work right there. Montana once again knocking it away. Trenton Montana, oh my goodness, sir. Have yourself a game.
It's not really much we can say that hasn't been said. Already had a crazy game at the first half and has since added more. Caused turnovers to his stat sheet today.
As Boyden looks to set things up, he finds the man with the vision, Sean Line. Circling around, over to Daniel Weed. Here's Clinch. Over to Hurst, and Boyden will control it once again. Eagles loving really just moving the ball around right now. Surveying the defense. Boyden, spin off a defender, makes a defender miss. Tries to find a move to the left. Tried to scoop that one in. No good there. That one's going to be scooped up by Weed, and the Eagles will try again. Weed gets that one back out. Clinch will control. Over to Hurst. Boyden once again. Finds Line backside. Looking for a shot here. Finds Boyden. Boyden makes a defender miss. Double teamed on that one. Keeps getting hounded by, that's not Rocky. Really giving Boyden a lot of trouble there on that right-hand side.
And we can hear Coach O'Neill from the press box saying, move the ball. Finally, they start doing that.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here comes Line, makes the defender slip and fall. Here's Boyden, looking for a man. Trying to find Hurst. Couldn't quite grasp it there. Scoops it up eventually. Here finds Line. Line surveying the D. Finds Clinch. Clinch with a shot. That one a bit too far right. And it's going to go back to the Trailblazers.
And Brearley able to get to that ball before any Eagles offensive playmaker was able to get back there. Another possession coming up for the Trailblazers. Have played pretty solid defense in this 3rd quarter so far. Again, just the transition issues, not able to keep the ball on their side of the field for more than 30 seconds, it seems like.
As this one's controlled by the two-man game of Roadcap and Ross. Ross really loves to survey the turf here and just try to get something working for his team. Ross, hounded by Montana once again, giving him no room to operate.
And that's
Ross
matchup all day. Montana on Ross has really limited him. Ross does have 2 goals.
Checking into the game now is Cohen Trinka playing a defensive role now for the Eagles. Normally we see him holding it down in the goal, but looks like Mike O'Neill getting into his bag of tricks here, as I believe that was Andalina trying to get that one in, but good play there from Burke. And looks like we're going to have a penalty on the play.
Let's see who this one's on. I think it's Andrew Hurst. See what the call is.
Our officials of the ball game talking it over, seeing what the penalty was. Looks like a necessary roughness on Andrew Hurst, so we're going to have a man-up opportunity now for the Trailblazers.
And much needed for the Trailblazers. A good job sort of drawing that penalty. And if you're the Trailblazers, Sam, you really got to capitalize on this one. About halfway through the third quarter now, down 5 goals. And with the way that the Eagles have been scoring, you really don't want to allow them to get any further ahead.
Just a smidge over 7 minutes now in this third period. As you said, Max, very important for the Trailblazers to capitalize here to get some momentum back. This one handled by Ross. Ross, a little bit of room to operate. No good there. Angelina, Ross. Believe that was Hinckley right in his grill. Tried to find the cutting Hemstock, but no good there. And the Eagles will regain possession once again.
And now the Eagles just got to bring this down and kill that penalty. Elijah Williams is going to get an opportunity to clear the ball here.
Don't really see a lot of that from Williams. Just, like we said, really defensive heavy as a player as he's thrown out of bounds on the play. And that one's going to go back to the Trailblazers.
Not able to kill the penalty there. So they'll have to try again here. They'll set up. Have to move quickly.
As Ross finds Annalena. Back to Ross.
And now it'll be even strength.
As Vibber checks in for the Eagles, but no good on that one, as that was number 14, Sean New, getting some action here. Seeing his first goal of the game. Good play there from the Trailblazers. And now the Trailblazers now only down 4 in this ball game.
Sean New just receives the pass up by the goal, able to lay it in, get it past Odin Burke in goal. Was wondering when he was going to get his shot to put a ball in the back of the net. He's had some shot opportunities today. Hasn't been able to capitalize on any of them. Finally does there, and like you said, Sam, 4-point ball game.
That's goal number 9 for Sean New. That's assisted by Josh Hemstock. As the Eagles win another faceoff. As we talked about, Brad Stoll has been very dominant in the center of the field today. As Line finds Boyden once again. The Eagles really surveying defense as they've been doing all game. Finds Giorgio. Giorgio over to Vibber. Vibber looking to make a move. Finds Line right-hand side. Seeing what he's got, finds Boyden. Boyden looking to move the ball around. Over to Weed. Giorgio. Giorgio tried to rifle that one in. That blocked by a defender there. Scooped up by Andalina. Will scrum forward over there. Andalina finds his way out. And here come the Blazers on the fast break. Here comes Andalina. Finds Ross. That one knocked away by Giorgio. And the Eagles once again with another fast break opportunity. Here comes Montana. Ross trailing behind him. Cutting down middle of the field. Finds Line. Line making a moving. Floats that one in to go. Wow, what a great transition play there for the Eagles. Set up by Owen Giorgio on the defensive side. Montana with a beautiful vision. And Sean Line floats that one in. And the Eagles extend their lead.
And Montana able to add that to his score sheet now. An assist. Like you said, took it down the field very quick. Had a fast break opportunity. Sean Line ran around the sideline and cut in. Once the defense started to crash in on Montana, left him wide open and able to put that one above the shoulder of the goaltender.
Put the hat trick in the basket today for Sean Line. That puts him at 19 goals on the year, one away from the big 2-0 on the season. Let's see if we can get it here. As Gillen finds Vibber. Top of the field there. Over to Giorgio. Finds Line. Having himself a game. Boyden. And he scoops. It looks like that one. I don't believe that one went in.
It did
go in. Wow, beautiful, little confusing sequence right there, but nonetheless results in a play from Matt Boyden, who has himself a hat trick on the game now.
And that one will be an interesting one to look back at here. Pass it around, got it to Boynton. Coming around the crease, and he just rolls it in. He doesn't even put much on that shot, just was able to somehow roll it slowly past their goaltender.
Looks like Massachusetts took a timeout. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And checking back into you here at the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Eagles back up by 6. And Max, it seems like whenever the Trailblazers have some sort of momentum going, the Eagles just are right there to put a stop to it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Trailblazers came into this quarter with 2 pretty quick goals. Sort of put that pressure on the Eagles, and they quickly responded with 2 goals of their own from Line and from Boynton. And once again, they'll take possession here.
Brad Stoll, who we talked about all game, has been absolutely electric when it comes to those faceoffs today, and the Eagles have certainly benefited from that. As this one's controlled by Giorgio.
Got some new faces out there. Byers will come on and play some offense, but also number 8, Colin Stagg, only played in 2 games this season and is now seeing some action here in the third quarter.
Like we said, Michael Neal loves to adjust as Line gets the pass from Boynton. That one poked away by McGrath, scooped up by Brearley. Good defensive stance right there from the Trailblazers. As James Julian, once again, controlling the ball here. He loved to control that ball early in the game. He scored the first goal of the game to break the ice for his team. As Montana, he's going to get flagged for that little penalty on Andalina. Andalina brings it back out.
And we've seen Montana just the day he's had playing defense this time, and he's going to get flagged again. So it'll be a double penalty on Trenton Montana.
And scooped up by Byers, but Montana going to see some time in the penalty box here. Yeah, we talked about Montana's ability to impact the game. He's certainly done just that. His defensive prowess has been phenomenal, and not quite what you'd like to see if you're the Eagles. Just
1 second, Sam. I thought that penalty was for sure on Trenton Montana, but it looks like Aiden Byers is the one who got the penalty. We'll have to see what the call is right here. It is on Montana. So it's a holding call on number 13, Trenton Montana. He tried to get that stick over the head of number 4, Luke Ross. And number 17, Aiden Byers, with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Didn't exactly see what happened on that one. It'll be a 2-man up opportunity now for MCLA and the Trailblazers. Coach Michael Neal will take a timeout.
Yeah, the Husson will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here, though. So, Max, in lacrosse, when you have a 2-man down opportunity, what do you do for the Eagles to kind of work around that and kind of keep MCLA from scoring on such what seems like a pretty well opportunity to get back on the board here?
Well, I'll tell you what, Sam, it's tough. It's a very tough situation when you're playing 6-on-4. But what they're probably going to do here is run a box set on defense. They'll just be in a square, and it'll be zone. you're basically responsible for 2 people at a time, and they'll try their best to run it with that. We got some pretty capable defenders out there. You'll still have Giorgio out there. You'll probably have Julian Contreras. And unfortunately for them, they won't have Byers or Montana up there to sort of run that midfield section. It'll definitely be a tough penalty kill, but the box set for the Eagles is probably their best option here.
Yeah, Montana, as we talked about, he has 6 controlled turnovers today for the Eagles. He has been absolutely aggressive on the defensive end, has set up what seems like almost all the Eagles' goals with his fantastic plays. And as we talked about Byers himself having a very solid game, has 2 in this game, 2 goals in this game, 7 on the year, 11 controlled turnovers in his own right on the season. So 2 very capable defenders out for the Eagles on this opportunity. So we'll see what they can do here to kind of halt this stance from the Trailblazers.
You might see number 19, Alex Hinckley, make his way into the game here. He has not seen a lot of time here today. Has had some more time in previous games, and he will make his way out there, as well as Cohen Trinka, like we talked about normally in the goal, getting some time on defense today with Burke playing in the net.
And as we are back from the timeout here, let's see what head coach for the Blazers, Kevin Pazanowski, drew up for his team with a very good chance to score here with 2 men down for Husson.
We'll see how the Eagles set up here. It will be that box set. It'll be a zone, so whoever's furthest away from the ball right now, which is Owen Giorgio, is probably in charge of keeping his hands on the stick of Andolina there in the crease.
That's Hinckley, Trinka, Giorgio, Contreras, and Burke on the defensive side for the Eagles there, trying to slow down the Blazers on this one. As Doc finds Andolina, Giorgio right in his grill, Andolina with a beautiful move, and gets that one over the stick of Burke to go. Man, a great play there from Andolina, just with a fantastic move to the crease. Floated that one in, and the Blazers get on the board once again.
That was a great shot by Andolina, and actually, Sam, not bad defense given the circumstance from the Eagles either. Just a good skill player making a skilled play. And the first of those 2 penalties is released. It is still a man-up opportunity since Aiden Byers had a unsportsmanlike conduct.
As we're setting the face-off once again, Stoll coming away with it once again. Here he comes flying down the field, poked away by Walter Brown, and scooped up by New. Man, Walter Brown, a great heads-up play to stop that opportunity. Here come the Blazers. This is New being hunted by Gillen. Over to James, right-hand side. Here comes Giorgio trying to slow him down.
A defense playing aggressively here as they are still a man down. Thought maybe they'd try and settle into their zone defense. Instead,
as that one's turned over by the Blazers. That was a great defensive stand right there. As we're just coming underway here for that man-up opportunity to be released. Here's Vibber being controlled by Rocky. Double team on this one. Looking to split by. Gets through 2. Looking to set things up.
Good job by the penalty kill team on that second penalty. It's now been released, and Drew clinches in the game.
And here's Boyden controlling it. Boyden with a quiet hat trick on the game. The rest of his team playing very well, so Boyden has not really been involved that much, but still having an impact nonetheless. As he gets that one over to Gillen, right-hand side. Over to Giorgio. Giorgio tried to snipe that one in. Good block from Brearley right there. Scoop that one up. There's a little scrum for it. Kicked away by James and into the stick of Brearley.
And that is a tough shot to try and stop. Giorgio, like you said, described it perfectly. A sniper of an arm, able to make that save.
This is Ross being hounded by Montana once again. These two have been going at it all day. And Montana really has really favored that matchup as he's gotten a majority of his turnovers coming from the stick of Luke Ross. So let's see what Ross can do to kind of turn things around. As this is Andolina, guarded by Giorgio. They're going to use a screen from New. No dice there. Finds Brown all the way to the top of the field. That one is Hemstock. Over to Ross once again. Blazers really moving the ball around here. Over to Brown once again. Clinching his grill. Angelina looking to make a move on Giorgio. Goes right down the right-hand side. Spins over a defender and gets that one to go. Anthony Angelina with a beautiful move over Giorgio. And the Trailblazers slowly but surely getting back into this game.
Angelina making some moves out there. You saw the last goal where he kind of somehow got around the defenders and put it over their shoulders. This time, does a little stutter step and a spin move back in front of the goal. It was a one-on-one opportunity against Odin Burke, and he wins that one. And it's a 4-point game once again.
That's goal number 15 for Angelina on the season. As Stolt comes away with another face-off win right there. Over to Gillen. Let's see how the Eagles respond. They've been doing it very well whenever it seems like the Blazers seem to make a run. As line. Controls it in here. Here comes Dan Weed and Clinch. With Byers out of the penalty box now. Here's Gillen.
The Eagles will not have the full shot clock to put a shot off as we're in the last 40 seconds of the quarter here.
As this is Byers. Gillen once again. Finds Boynton. Left-hand side. Backside of the goal with Clinch. And Clinch gets that one to go. Matt Boynton with a beautiful vision right there. Clinch with a perfect cut. And the Eagles with a bit more of a cushion here to add on to their lead.
And Clinch with his now second goal of the game. We talked about earlier, only had 5 goals on the season coming into this, but has been a contributor on the offense. This time, like you said, Sam, a good cut, able to receive the pass from Boynton. And going into the fourth quarter here, Husson up 5.
Just over 20 seconds left to play here in this third period. As we talked about, the Husson really once again just taking advantage of those opportunities, and a lot of that has had to do with the faceoffs today. As looks like there's another faceoff violation once again. And the Eagles have a chance to put one more on the board before we go into the fourth. This one controlled by Vibber. He'll find Clinch coming off that goal. Here we go, 15 seconds left in the third. Here comes Boynton. Boynton looking for some offense. Finds line. Out to Vibber. Here we go, 3 seconds left. Eagles got to move, and that's going to do it for the third period of action here. The Eagles up with a 5-goal lead, 13-8, over the Trailblazers here. Saw a lot of good action here. The Blazers somewhat clawing back. The Eagles giving themselves a bit more of a cushion, so we'll see what they can do here when we come back in the fourth. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And here we are right back at you with the final period of play here at Boucher Field. A beautiful day here for a game of lacrosse as the Eagles hold a 5-goal advantage over the Trailblazers, 13-8. Max, I think we're in for a pretty good ballgame here. It seems like the Eagles are in pretty good control of the driver's seat right now. But what we've seen from the Trailblazers, it is very important not to underestimate their capabilities here.
The Trailblazers have been fighting this entire game. Again, the focal point that really should be brought up when talking about the score and really the season they've had. They've only got 14 players on their squad. It's really hard to play a 60-minute game when you have such a short roster. And they're putting up a fight right now, keeping it within 5 goals with the Eagles.
As Brad Stolt wins yet another faceoff for the Eagles. And the Eagles here will look to score once again. Kind of keep their cushion very marginal. As this one's handled by Sinkler. Over to Boyne on the backside. They love to get it to him over on the backside. He loves to make those plays. And we've seen it happen all game. This one bounced over to Giorgio, left-hand side. Lined once again. The man with the vision. Over to Sinkler. Back to Line. Line working it around now. Finds Boyden. Boyden with a shot. That one picked up by Brearley. And Brearley, once again, he's had a few of those in this game where he's had those line drive shots just go right into his stick. Good heads-up play there.
Yeah, Brearley has played well all game despite the score. Boyington that time tries to go for a low to high shot. That one ends up landing right in the stick of Brearley.
As that was James Julian controlling it right there. That one up the field. Rocketed up there. That's going to be turned over by the Blazers. Husson will regain possession once again.
Yeah, Brearley just had to get rid of it there. The time to try and get it across midfield was running out.
As that one's handled by Montana, gets it over to Giorgio. Giorgio finds Sinkler right-hand side. Looking for Boyden. Has him on the right. Boyden looking to set up some offense here. Finds Giorgio. Sinkler. To Line. Now Byers. Back to Boyden. Looking to set things up here. As Giorgio surveys the defense. Finds Sinkler. Sinkler looking for a man here. Circles around the backside of the goal. He finds Giorgio. Over to Boyden. Boyden makes the defender miss and tries to bounce that one in. No good there. It will stay right here. Shot clock down to 34. And the Eagles will try again. This one controlled by Sinkler once again. He'll circle it around. Looking for another option here. Finds Line. Over to Boyden. Boyden faked the shot right there. Brearley once again. Good heads-up play as Boyden tried to scoop that one in. Brearley just having a really good game here despite what the score says.
Twice on that possession, Boynton made a fake move, able to get past his defender and put a shot on the goal. One from up top and one a bounce shot. Nonetheless, Brearley able to make that happen, get that save.
As that one bounced around by the Eagles. That one's going to be scooped up by Weber. Weber with a chance and fast break here. Weber pushing the pace, taking off up the court, or up the field. Finds Boyden, and Boyden scoops that one in and gets it to go. Boy, that was all set up from the play by Nathan Weber.
A crazy sequence there. Once again, a transitional issue and turnover from the Trailblazers results in another possession for the Eagles. This time, Weber able to take it on the fast break, and instead of taking that shot, selflessly passes it up to Boynton, who wraps around the crease and puts it on net.
Weber setting up the play there. Very good, fantastic play once again. And Boyden, he's got 4 goals on the game, but it just seems like he's really been rather quiet, and that just really goes to show the effort, the all-around team effort being put up front by the Eagles today.
It sure does. The Eagles have been getting the ball to a bunch of their playmakers. Like we said, 3 or 4 players now with 2 goals in the game. And Boynton now with 4 goals in his last game as a Husson Eagle. Certainly one he'll remember.
As the Eagles get that one off the face-off violation, and they will try once again to put yet another goal on the board, as this is Weed on the backside. He finds Line. Line surveying the defense once again. Pulls that one back out, finds Weber. Weber, bit of room to operate here. Here's Sinkler. Back to Weber. Left-hand side, here's Line. Here's Weber. To fake the shot there, finds Sinkler. Sinkler pushing the pace. Here's Clinch. Line. Back to Clinch. Sinkler once again. Quickly back over to Clinch. Clinch tried to rifle that one in. No good there. Good heads-up play. Scrum from underneath. That one's going back to the Trailblazers. Ryan Gaynor with a spin move. And that one's picked up.
Another crazy defensive play from Nathan Weber. Sort of wrapped around him, was able to get the stick loose. And a saved possession for the Eagles.
That initial play was scooped up by Line. The Eagles will retain possession once again. Here's Sinkler. Looking for some defense there. Had James right on him. line once again. Looking to make some plays here. As Clinch gets it back. Vibber, top of the turf. Here's Weed. Over to Sinkler. Weed again. Vibber. Vibber tried to rocket that one in. A little too far right. Eagles will try again with 46 on the shot clock. As checking in for the Eagles now is number 7, Evan Carmody, who's seen a little bit of action here throughout the season. Not very much, though, as the Trailblazers get the ball back. This one handled by Roadcap. Roadcap looking to push the pace. Pulls that one back out.
And they're going to get Andrew Hurst for a slash on the back there. Came in to try and recover as the Eagles tried to transition on defense, or to substitute on defense, which is considered a no-no in the world of lacrosse. He comes in, lays that hit on the back of the ball handler, and he's going to serve time in the penalty box for that one.
As this one is controlled by Andolino once again, with Hurst right in his grill. Hurst giving him no room to work. Good possession there. As New tried to rifle that one in. That one almost hit that going into the parking lot. Whoever's got a Mazda out there, do be careful. But a good heads-up play there from Hurst, really giving New no room to operate. And the Trailblazers will try once again.
And it's a 1-minute slashing penalty. I don't think the Eagles realize, now they do, that they're on man down. Kind of a subtle penalty. Didn't think they would call that one, but they do. And the Eagles, once again, will be in a man down situation. And they'll run a zone out of this one.
We saw the Trailblazers capitalize on a 2-man down goal earlier in the game. We'll see what they can do with just one here. As it looks like the officials are trying to get everything in place. Here's the whistle. Going to be handled by New once again. He finds Hemstock. Over to... Looks like that was going to be turned over by the Trailblazers. Looked like Walter Brown tried to find a cutting Ross, but no good on that one. And this one's handled by Montana. As Giorgio will control the pace. He finds Byers. Byers looking to get right to the middle of the goal and gets that one to go. Give Aiden Byers the hat trick on the day. What a rifle of a shot, man. Hit him with a little Coke butter cheese on that one. And the Eagles have extended their lead.
And Aiden Byers getting his 3rd goal of the day. And once again, Sam, it's off a transition play. This time on a man down. First of a few, or one of few, man down goals the Eagles have had this year. They found him wide open. Just able to get the pass laid into his stick. And a pretty clear lane to the net. Shoots it a little earlier than he normally does. Nonetheless, the bounce shot goes in for Byers. The Eagles take a 14-8 lead.
That was the 56th shot of the game for the Eagles on the goal. They have really been ultra aggressive when it comes to getting the ball on the offensive side of the field, and it's played really well into their favor. As looks like this one is going to go to the Blazers here. They're going to get set up here. Just under 9 left to play here in the final period of action. We'll see if the Blazers can assemble a comeback as they move the ball around. Here's Andolina. Over to McGrath. McGrath having a quiet game in this one. Here's Hemstock. Over to Ross. Back to Hemstock. Trailblazers really pushing the ball up now. Really moving it around. As Byers giving him a little bit of room to operate here. Andolina. With Stagg right in his grill. As Andolina spins on the defender, trying to make him miss. Byers with the help defense. Over to McGrath. And McGrath no good on that one, just a bit too far left. And reset time for the Trailblazers.
And now Byers doing his part on defense. Able to quickly recover. And it will be a Eagles possession.
And that one turned over for the Trailblazers. There was a wide open shot for Sean New on that play, but just bounced right off the left side of the goal. And a bit of confusion on that play. It looks like it's going to be a turnover for the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think Byers was expecting the whistle to be blown right away. Thought he was going to get that 5 yards of space to take off. He did not. Lost the ball a few times. Lucky not to give up a goal there.
This is Andalina. Here's Bowden Dog trying to rifle that one in. Too far right on that one. Trailblazers will reset. As here's Ross with Montana right in his face. That's been the matchup to look out for. Montana really getting the better of Ross in this one. Ross with 2 goals on the season, but a majority of Montana's turnovers as he gets another one right there. Trenton Montana having himself an absolute banger of a ball game.
And Alex Hinckley not able to hold on to it there, so the Trailblazers will continue to have a possession here with a reset shot clock. But like you said, Trenton Montana playing out of his mind today. Certainly his best game of the season statistically.
As this is new. Gets that one over to McGrath. McGrath with Byers right on his hip. Looks to outpace him here. Circling around, trying to set up some offense here. Trying to find Hemstock. No good there. And that one's going to go back to the Eagles.
Yeah, they'll take a second here to get this broken stick off the field.
As this one's controlled by Giorgio. Little space to operate here. And that one rifled right into the net of Brearley. Another heads-up play there from the goalie from North Adams, Massachusetts. Having himself a pretty solid game despite what the score says.
Giorgio has had a lot of shots today, and like we said, he's got some velocity on that shot, but unable to score. That's because Brearley has tracked it down so well.
As this one is pushed up by Adesa on the right-hand side. Turned over once again, and the Eagles, at this point, with just over 6 left to play here in the game, can really just kind of take their time and just kind of wind this down, maybe put a few more points on the board, and just move the ball around and see if they can end this one. But as we said, as Boyden tried to find Sinkler, that one no good there, but that one scooped in by, that was Evan Carmody on that play. Looked like Sinkler was trying to get into the goal, but Carmody just slapped that one in, and Carmody with his 2nd goal of the season, Max.
Evan Carmody able to kind of, again, we've said it a few times, right place, right time. Steps in front of the goal and scoops it right through the legs off the rebound of the goaltender, Brearley. Not really much he could have done about that one. And his 2nd career goal is an interesting one. Not a type of goal we see all too often. Goalkeeper usually able to get a stick on the ball.
That was just another opportunistic play there from the Eagles. Carmody with a very, he really just shoveled that one in on that play. And the Eagles now back up by 8 with a 16-8 advantage here with just under 6 to play left here in the final period of action. And we'll see what they'll do from here on out as number 10, Jack Kozablinski, comes in once again. This one out to Nathan Vibber. Vibber surveying the defense here. Gets it back from Clinch. He'll keep working it around. Here comes Sinkler. Boyden on the back of the goal. He loves to operate down there. Kozbinski over to Clinch. Back to Sinkler. Clinch once again. Scoop that one up from Sinkler over to Vibber. Vibber with New getting right in his face. Kozbinski once again. Over to Boyden. Boyden finds Vibber. Vibber looking to make a move. Circles around the defender. Gets right into the defense, and that one once again blocked by Brearley. As a scrum forward on the right-hand side. That one's won by Adesa once again, and the Trailblazers will take over. This one moved up into the stick of Roadcap. Roadcap with Vibber right on his hip. Floated that one away, and that one's turned over once again. Good play there from Vibber to knock Roadcap out of bounds.
Vib just barely able to get him out of bounds. Referee saw his foot on the line, called it. But again, Sam, just the transition turnovers, trying to get down the field for the Trailblazers so far today, really been a part of what's hurt them.
As Boyden gets pushed down by a defender. That one's scooped up by Clinch. Clinch will reset the offense here, get everybody set up. Here's Boyden. Sinkler, backhand side. Over to Vibber. Vibber makes a defender miss. Good recovery there. Gets it back to Sinkler. Gets it back once again. Tried to rifle that one in. That one's blocked by Adesa. Up to New, and New's looking to push the pace right here.
Here's a fast break opportunity for them.
As Ross steps back from Montana. Tried to float it over to New. Good play from Clinch. New gets it back. Floats that one up. Off the right-hand side. It's going to stay here with the Trailblazers, but good transition defense there from the Eagles to potentially not allow another goal.
Yeah, they stopped the goal there. That pass from Ross was pretty dangerous. They are lucky that it didn't result in a turnover, but it'll go the other way anyway. Now fast break for the Eagles.
As Carmody scoops that one up, Sinkler, some room to operate. Tried to find the cutting Trinka. No going to that one. Trinka will scoop it up.
Trinka seeing some offensive minutes now, not something you normally see. Think he'll head off to the sideline now and place the shot on line.
Line checking back in once again as Clinch gets it over to Boyden. Sinkler, backside of the goal, loses handle of the ball. Scrum for underneath with James. That one popped out. And that one going into the stick of Ryan Gaynor. Tries to find Indalina, couldn't hold on to it right there. Fight for it right there. 2 men on both teams trying to get that one. That one's scooped up by Clinch. And the Eagles will look to push the pace once again. That will be brought back out. And Boyne will slow things down for the Eagles.
Yeah, just about 2.5 minutes left in this game. I expect that they're just going to slow it down and run this clock out. No need to run up the score anymore except for maybe at the end of this shot clock here. But a pretty decisive win for the Eagles today, Sam. Had a little bit of a rough start in the first quarter, able to pick it up throughout the game. Matt Boynton in his final game scores 4 goals. We'll see if maybe he can add one more before the end of this game. But a season of ups and downs for the Eagles will end in a win to send them home.
Yeah, definitely a good place to be when you've not really had the best season. Of course, you've been plagued by injuries to guys like Danny Carter on your sideline. And, you know, it brings up the question of what could have been if your team was fully healthy. We've seen when they were healthy, the Eagles have looked absolutely unstoppable. And, of course, you have to play with the cards you're dealt with. And they've made the most out of this season for what they've had to do. And this is, like you said, Max, a very good opportunity as Gillen rifles that one in to close this game out. That was definitely the dagger right there. And the Eagles just adding a little salt to the wound on that one.
That's exactly where I was going to go with that, just putting a little bit of icing on the cake. But back to our conversation before, Sam. Another one of those players with an injury this year was Jacob Sargent, who had 11 goals in the 6 games that they played down in Virginia and North Carolina. Certainly would have loved to have him throughout the season. The sophomore out of Thompson, Maine. And there'll be a timeout here, but another part of this game or a part of the season or an aspect of the season for the Eagles has just been all the new faces. They lost Gus Eisenman last year, the first team all conference defenseman, as well as Jacob LaRochelle, the all-time face-off winner here. They have him as a coach now. But just a lot of people who have gone missing. Gunnar McAllister, the lead goal scorer for the Eagles all time. They just have a lot of new talent, a lot of freshmen that came in this year. It's kind of that transition and build year for the Eagles, and they'll look to come back stronger next year.
I had the opportunity to talk to Mike O'Neill during the beginning of the season, and he said that working on turnovers and keeping the ball in transition has been the 2 points of emphasis that they really want to work on throughout the season. And despite what the records show, the stats can't lie. They have greatly improved on those from last season. And on the other side, when you're a team like the Trailblazers, who has had a really up and down season, not really much to do with injuries or anything like that. It's just very young and very inexperienced. Besides a couple juniors on the team, that being Bowden Dock and Nathan Haley, who could not make it today, this team full of underclassmen, so really just an inexperienced issue with a team that's not really had a lot of time to just get used to everything, but definitely full of potential and could very well make a run depending on how the cards fall.
And despite their issues with roster and just having new talent, they played pretty well today considering everything. Their goalie, Neil Brearley, was standout in goal, making a lot of saves. Husson had a lot of shots, and he was able to stop a lot of those. And then number 4, Luke Ross, a freshman, able to also help contribute as a goal goes in there for number 14, Sean New, also a freshman, has had his impact on the game today too.
New, I believe that is his second goal of the game with that one right there. And as you said, Max, just a lot of just questions that are left unanswered for both of these teams. Obviously, not playing to their full potential, whether it's issues with the roster, injuries, other stuff like that. I mean, both these teams incredibly capable, and we've seen definitely the best of both these teams in this game. You mentioned like how early on in the game, I think it was the aggressiveness and the tenacity of the Trailblazers that really stumped the Eagles to start out with. But then the Eagles, like you said, they calmed down and got into their rhythm. And as a result, it's going to end in a big-time win, as that one is rifled in from Christian Nawrocki, and he'll put his team into double digits and kind of cushion the blow just a little bit more for this game.
Yeah, and they just love to see those guys get in there and get their opportunities. That's the the second goal for Nawrocki of the season. Also another freshman, a defenseman, a long pole getting that goal. You don't see that very often. Just like you said, Sam, they're kind of getting these new guys in and cushioning the blow. Definitely should not be disappointed with their turnout today.
If this game is anything to go on for next season, it's really all you can say is the future is very bright for the College of Liberal Arts Trailblazers. They, as you said, they definitely put up a very good fight despite what the scoreboard might say. They had the Eagles stumped for a little bit. The Eagles, of course, were able to settle down and get things going for them. They were able to get into their rhythm on offense, really stepping up on defense. And speaking of defense, what's there to say? What else is there to say that hasn't been said about the play of number 13, Trenton Montana? He had himself a fantastic game today, really just controlling the pace of the game on defense. It's what seems like on every single play, he's been involved in some shape or form, and he is a big reason why the Eagles are coming away with a win today.
He got given the tough assignment of Luke Ross and was able to lock him down mostly all day. Luke Ross did have a few goals of his own, but as far as goals to cause turnovers, Trenton Montana certainly won that battle.
And as the final buzzer sounds here for this team, the Eagles coming away with a 17-10 victory here at Boucher Field over the Trailblazers of the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Before we let you go, we're going to go over a few stats here. Today, the name of the game today was the face-offs. Husson blew them out of the water in terms of winning 23 out of the 31 face-offs today, which of course the Trailblazers only winning 8 on that front, as well as the shots. Husson shot 63 shots compared to the 29 from the Trailblazers, which really let them capitalize on the offensive end. But the big name of the game here has been the turnovers and the caused turnovers as well. Husson caused 17 turnovers compared to the Trailblazers' 10, and as a result, the Trailblazers had 33 turnovers compared to the Husson's 21 today. And as we talked about today, the leader in caused turnovers was Trenton Montana and Owen Giorgio, who combined for 11 caused turnovers for the Eagles today. They have done an absolute bang-on job on the defensive end. And on the offensive end, Matt Boyden with 4 goals of his own. Byers and Line combining for 3 of their own. Drew Clinch with 2. And we saw Gillen and Vibber with a few goals of their own. And Max, what a great way to end the season for the Eagles, where it's in a season that's been very up and down, as we said.
Yeah, the Eagles come in here to Boucher Field for their last game, their last home game of the season, and come away with a conference win. Will not be competing in this year's NAC playoffs, but definitely a better ending than taking a loss at home. Certainly something to be proud of, and look forward to next season as they try to get back into NAC playoff contention.
And that's going to do it for us for now at Boucher Field. We will be right back here at 3:30, where the women of the Eagles lacrosse team will take on the Emeritus and Maine Time Academy at 3:30. Special thanks to our PA announcer, our stats people, and our camerawoman today for providing their services. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We will catch you next time on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.